Hello everyone, Ryan from Earthroom Gardens, and welcome to part one of my next multi-part series. First of all, I apologize for not giving you a walkthrough at the beginning. I did actually forget to record the intro. However, if you hang around until the end, I do give a walkthrough of the full property right at the end, and then you'll get to see just how big this job actually is. So the owner of this property has been a client of mine for a number of years actually, but the contract is just to mow the lawns. And as you can see, it's gotten to the point where the rest of the gardens have become absolutely wild. So I reached out to the property manager and said, hey, look, something needs to be done. I'm happy to do the gardening. Let me know if you need me to quote or if you're happy for me just to go ahead. He got back to me and said, Ryan, just do what you need to do. I know it's in good hands with you looking after it. So take all the time you need, make it look pretty again, make it look beautiful again, and send me through the invoice when you're done. There's a lot of work by hands done in this part and what will be the remainder of this series for a couple of reasons. Number one is I don't want to just run the whippersnipper over these weeds because they're going to come back 5 times quicker than they would if I pull weeds out by hand. I'd much rather try to do it once and do it right. The other reason is one of the gentlemen that lives in these units is super hypersensitive to sound. He is quite highly autistic, and he has asked me if where possible to not use power tools. Now, I did explain to him that there are going to be some areas that I will have no option but to use the whippersnipper, the hedge trimmer, and whatnot, and he completely understands that, but I am more than happy to respect that where it's possible. This part was actually done over 2 visits. The first half of this video, which you are watching now, I began quite late in the day, sort of around 3 o'clock. So by the time I'd finished, the first half of this video, it was sort of pushing 5 o'clock already, and I didn't really want to keep going until 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening, even though we do have the light for it. It ends up being a very long day, so I decided to stop after a couple of hours and then come back and spend another couple of hours to finish off part 1 of this video. Okay, same thing goes for this video. If this or any other videos in this series do get to 100,000 views, I will donate $100 of the money made through YouTube to a charity of my choice. Now, I have had a little bit of a think about it, and I'm going to look towards something around prostate cancer. Prostate cancer was the cancer that unfortunately did end my father's life early last year. So if we do hit 100,000 views in these videos, $100 from every one of those videos will go towards a charity that is looking into research for that. Thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Leave me a comment, give me a thumbs up if you like the video, and I'll see you next time. So, quick question for you all. Down here we've got a heap of vine of this creeper, which is, what is it called? Morning Glory, that is running all the way along, and it just keeps running all the way down the fence to the corner. Now, I am going to get rid of it all by hand, but I won't do it in this part. Let me know in the comment section if you would watch me remove it, or if you think it's a little bit too boring, and if you would rather me leave it out of the footage in the next video. The side with the most comments is what I will do. So we'll leave this section for now. I'm going to try to pull the vines out of this yucca here. I don't really like yuccas myself personally, but they are providing a bit of shade, so we'll keep them there and stop the vine from strangling it. And then we'll get started on this side a little bit and tidy up that jasmine. Alright, yeah, let me know in the comments and let's keep going. Okay, now as I mentioned in the intro of this video, part 1 that you are watching now is going to be done over 2 visits, simply just because of lack of time in my days at the moment. So this is the end of the first visit of part 1, and the goal today was just to open up this path enough that the gentleman living in one of these units can actually get out of his front door without having to worry about navigating through the jungle. There is still a bit more finesse work required around these areas, but I'll get to that. The jasmine here is on a trellis, but it is falling down, so I will try to remember to bring some rope next time I'm here. For those of you who know me, you do know I tend to forget things quite easily, so drop me another comment. Let me know if you think I will bring the rope, if I will remember to bring the rope for this jasmine next time around. Have faith in me or don't have faith in me? I'd love to hear what you have to say. Let's have a little bit of a laugh at the same time, at poor my expense. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. I will just do a quick fade out if I know how to, and then fade back into the second half of this. I hope you're enjoying. I'll see you again a bit later in the video. Okay, so now this garden bed is bare. What I'm going to do is I will send a message through to the owner of these properties. He doesn't actually live here, and because I'm charging essentially full price for this work, I'm going to offer him the money that I make through these videos. I will purchase plants and mulch and fill up these garden beds. I'll think of some low maintenance native plants to put in here. I'll run it by him first because I just want to make sure that it is something that he's happy for me to go ahead with. I can't see why he wouldn't be. It's free gardening. But yeah, I'll shoot him through a message now. He might get back to me before the end of this video so I can give you a real-time update if possible. But yeah, I mean, rather than leaving it looking like this long term, it'll look much nicer with some sort of tan mulch and a few natives in there. Just really sort of spruce the place up. All right, let's keep going. Okay, part one of the new project is in the books, and I must admit I'm pretty happy with the progress that's been made. There are actually two units here, one door just there and one a bit further down. Very small units, but now both tenants have much more easy access in and out of their house, which is great. I am going to leave it up to you, the viewers, as to what part I tackle next for my video next week. I will be here during the week next week. I'll be spending a good 4 to 5 hours. The videos will be probably sped up a little bit more, but about the same length as usual. But because it's a paid job, it gives me the flexibility to spend more time here in one visit. Now, okay, leave me a comment and let me know where you would like me to start next in part two. We've got this garden bed here. So option one is garden bed. Option two is ivy and morning glory off these little bungalows and behind this section here. Who knows what we'll find underneath there. So that's option two. Option two will be a full video in itself. That'll take me a long time. Option three is this side of the bungalow and then tackling the same back side there, but just from the other position. Option four is this absolute disaster of a mess. I don't know whether I'm going to completely remove it all or just cut it back severely. So there's some of this beautiful nasturtius, I think it was, sorry, the name, I've forgotten the name. It is quite noxious and it does spread quite rampantly, but it does look pretty. So if I cut it back and keep it maintained, that would be fine. But all this stuff off the fence has got to come down. Was that option four? I think that was. And option five would be along the house, along this fence line, and around the back side of the other unit. Now bear in mind, it will depend on whether the client of one of these units, sorry, the tenant of one of these units is home or not, and if he's able to tolerate power tools being used. I am fairly conscious of that. My son is quite sensitive to a lot of loud noises, so I'm all too familiar with people who have that hypersensitivity to sounds. So I am more than happy to respect that as much as I possibly can. But yeah, let me know which option you would prefer me to tackle next. So the section further down here is basically around the back that I just showed you. So that would be the fifth option. And the option with the most responses will be the area that I start next week, and I will collate them probably only 48 hours or 72 hours after this video has aired, as I will be working on it in the next sort of 3 to 4 days. Okay, it's looking really neat. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Not really labor intensive, not too difficult. Very satisfying doing a lot of work by hand. Feels great to be earthed with Mother Nature and making a difference like this. Thanks for watching as always. Hang around for some before and afters.